Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those who love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. And don't forget to check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com and over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, these are flying off the shelves. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, makes great gifts year-round, 24/7. Just go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today. Don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with a terrific lady who is a military veteran who served in Iraq and received 2 bronze medals for meritorious service and combat zone, and also holds 3 master's degrees and a lifetime member of the FAPAC, which is FAPAC, is a Federal Asian Pacific American Council, and serving as the chairwoman. And also she's got a new book detailing her service, which is very love and also loss, and also examines life at war from a woman's perspective and her faith, allowing her to deal with difficulties of battle and also survival as well as combat. She's got a 4-part memoir. She served in the 101st Airborne Division and Air Assault. We'll talk about that. Her book is called Silent Freedom, and live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studio somewhere in beautiful downtown Northern Virginia, the author of the amazing book Silent Freedom, ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning military veteran and author of Silent Freedom, Aurea Franklin. Aurea, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's an honor to have you on. I say that we salute you for protecting our country, and we thank you for all you do in terms of for all the military service and for all the veterans. We salute you and thank you for protecting us.
Thank you, Mike. God bless those who support our troops.
Yes, God bless the troops. That is the most important thing. So you're a military veteran who served in Iraq and received 2 bronze medals for meritorious service in combat zone, and also holds 3 master's degrees. And you also served in the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault, and also a member of the Federal Asian Pacific American Council, serving as chairwoman. And you got a book called Silent Freedom, which details the service, loss, love, and everything else from a woman's perspective of war. We'll talk about that. And before getting all that, Aurea, tell us how you first got started.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Tell us how I first got started.
I'm sorry.
No. Tell us how you first got started.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm so sorry. My apologies. Yes.
No worries.
Yes. First of all, I am so honored to be here. And my book is about it's Silent Freedom, and the subtitle is A Memoir of Service with the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault in Iraq. I deployed with them twice, and then as a civilian personnel, and 2 years too. So all in all, I spent 4 years in Iraq, and I was assigned with the 101st Airborne Division for 4 years They are based in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I started, well, what happened was I was in Wisconsin and we witnessed the 9/11, and we saw that Pentagon was on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a horrible sight. We saw people jumping from the buildings after the second airplane hit the second building of the Twin Towers. And we know that is the day to be remembered for a long, long time, just like other wars, World War One, Second World War and other wars. Okay, so that event caused multiple unit deployments, including mine, the 101st Airborne Division from Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, on Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and multiple deployments in Iraq. My book started with, of course, how I got here to the United States, how I met my first husband, Sonny, who, died. And he took me here. Well, in this book, I'm taking you for a short tour in the Philippines, and I described to you the former 8th wonder of the world, the Banawit rice terraces in Baguio City. All right, so I don't know if you've been there before, but it's a beautiful country.
It sounds beautiful. I would love to visit that 8th wonder world. I've got 7 wonders still to check out. I can only see them on TV, but I'll put that on the list. And if there's a 9th or 10th, I'll be glad to do it. So
it's beautiful. And then you will have an experience of the jeepney, the like small truck where people cramped and just so happy to be transported from one place to another. All right, if you go to the market, you take the jeepney or the tricycle, they call it, tricycle, the 3 tires. Anyway, and then he took me here, and then after he went back to work, which is in Kwajalein Atoll in the Mariana Islands. Then I started looking for work in accounting because that was my major, or in a computer. And then I stumbled into these recruiting stations, and I saw the Air Force and the Marines, and they were not there. So the next one was the Army, and I went to the recruiting station. I signed up, and I passed the test, and so from there, I was shipped to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, for my basic training.
Wow, that's amazing. And what was that? Was it one moment that precisely influenced you into signing up for the military?
I don't know, Mike. It must be, my father was a strict disciplinarian, and it must be also the service, serving my new country, and I'm so glad I did it. And I always like to watch superhero movies. And I guess being a soldier is the closest one to being a superhero. I love that. But anyway, so after 9/11, in 2003, I was in the process of my divorce with my second husband because my first was, deceased. And then after 20 years of marriage, and then I was leaving a young child behind to his father. And I was a soldier, so I had to go. I have that obligation to go. Okay. Now this book is about it's about service, courage, love and loss, and war from a woman and a mother's perspective. Ordinarily, we see fathers deploy, right? Leaving their children with their mother. But in my case, I deployed and I left a young son behind. And that was difficult because there was a very close communication with me and my son, since he was in my womb. I read to him, I talked to him, and when he was born, I helped cultivate his emotional intelligence. I helped him, I reared him. I sent him to Catholic school.
Mm-hmm.
I helped do his homework, and I help him with many activities because his father sometimes had to go deploy and did important work also because we were both in service. We both
Wow.
in the army.
Okay.
He was
Yeah.
with the Corps of Engineers. Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, that was really something as well too. And we'll talk about your time in Iraq as well too, and a bit more of the book as well. We'll get to that in just 1 minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those who love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com and over 30 podcast platforms. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast 24/7. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. For great books, merchandise, and more, Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Also, support the Mike Wagner Show with your generous donation on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with the author of Silent Freedom, Aurea Franklin, here at the Mike Wagner Show, military veteran who served in Iraq and received 2 bronze medals as well too. And let's talk about your first bronze star you received while you're with the Bravo company. So tell us about the first bronze star.
The first Bronze Star. This is what it started. Mike, I was separated from my unit when we deployed to Iraq. Okay, I had a critical mission to fulfill with a large combat support hospital, and my unit went to northern Iraq in the city of Mosul. I don't know if anybody has heard about Mosul. Is a place where one of the prophets in the Bible was buried. His name was Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Mosul became a hotbed of conflict during
Really?
our time.
Really?
Yes.
How so?
Because that's our first destination. During the first year of the Operation Iraqi Freedom, and I'm telling you, we had a soldier was wearing his Kevlar, his helmet, and everything. He was just went out for a smoke break, and then you know what happened? A sniper, shoot him right on the throat, right above his his vest. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? You can believe it. We were wearing all these gears in us to protect us, and yet our enemies just knew exactly what to do. And we had each one cost something. Each of us a soldier cost $25,000
Wow.
in his head. And as the soldier, if the rank was higher, probably a general, I don't know, maybe $150,000 with something, because so much money for them. But not for us.
Mhm.
And but anyway, let me start it with how I got to Mosul. I said I have mentioned that I was separated from them initially because I work in a large hospital. I was the casualty liaison officer between the Combat Support Hospital and the 101st Airborne Division. And I also submitted my reports to the higher headquarters, Department of the Army. You know,
Mhm.
and it was hard. It was a hard job because I had to report this private who stepped on a landmine. I had to report all the casualties, all these lieutenant colonels and his soldiers who were ambushed in Iraq, and that was difficult. But anyway, when the mission was completed with the hospital, I called my commanding officer and asked him, "Sir, what do you want me to do now?" And he gave me two choices. First is to redeploy with a combat support hospital. And the second is to rejoin them in Mosul. And then he said that it will not be easy to rejoin us, and it will be it's impossible, and it would take a miracle. And I agreed with him. I confirmed that was so. But I was persistent, and I held onto my silent freedom, my faith. I went to talk to all units deploying to northern Mosul so I can rejoin my unit, but nobody took me. And it was difficult for a woman to deploy during the war, during the first year of war, because, nobody would take me just to hitch a ride. It was difficult.
Mhm.
So I had to get back to my tent, frustrated, disappointed, and just prayed so hard and held on to my silent freedom.
Mhm. And then you did from a woman's perspective. How do you think it differed from a man's perspective with like love, loss, war, and everything else? Like you wrote from a woman's. How do you think that would like just different from a man's perspective?
Well, it was difficult because I guess my heart was softer, and love, because I lost two loves of my life, and I left a young man behind to his father. And I said it's because love and loss. I loved, and I lost both of them. And this war helped me cope up with the challenges of life because it was intense, and I forgot all my problems. I had to focus my mind where I was, and how I rejoined my unit was miracles. I had miracles. Three miracles happened on me in the same time. The first one, we were tearing down the hospital, and then all of a sudden, a pilot showed up and asked, "I'm here to pick up a little patient."
Mhm.
And my fellow soldier and I knew that there were no patients, and much more of a little patient. So we told him, "We don't have patients anymore. There are no patients to pick up." And but my silent freedom was screaming, and I told him, "But sir, I am here. I'm willing to be your passenger." And I called him. Saint Michael, the archangel, my savior.
Yes, sir, Saint Michael.
Yes, sir, my savior. And so he told me, he put his sunglasses down, and then he said, "Okay, you got it. Pack up your things, and then I'll meet you at the helipad in 20 minutes." And so that's what happened. I was in tears, and my fellow soldiers and I hug each other and said, "Yeah, go, we understand. Go do what you have to do." And so I ran into my tent, and I shove everything into my duffel bag, and anything that I can shove into my can put in my duffel bags, I put in the the trash bags. The second miracle, I said, I don't know if I can make it in 20 minutes.
No. You're good. You're good. You can talk all
No,
you want.
I was talking about the helipad
Oh,
to meet
okay.
St. Michael. Yes. So I said, I need a transportation, and I need a gator. Gator is just like a golf cart, that we used to walk around to do errands. And so a soldier showed up with a golf cart, Mike.
Nice.
Yeah. And this is the same soldier. I'll tell you about his story shortly. He helped me with my things, and then he drove me to the helipad, and we made it in 20 minutes, and I saw St. Michael waiting for me there.
Wow.
Yeah. And this soldier, I remember his name vividly. His name is Staff Sergeant Figueroa. He was my hero. He rescued me first time when I was surrounded by 24 Iraqi street dogs.
Wow.
I was running part of my physical fitness training. I ran every day, you know, and just to keep myself sane.
And in shape. That's another one too. And in shape.
And in shape. That's correct. To fight the war.
Mhm.
So, and then all of a sudden, I saw these dogs chasing me, and I stopped and froze. They circled me like they had human brains, and their fangs was terrible to us. Oh my gosh! And then they were howling, and then they were barking, and then it caused all the people get out of the tent and was looking at my direction. Then I saw someone took a gator and then drove towards me, and it was Staff Sergeant Figueroa.
Oh, wow.
Guy. And then he told me, okay, walk backwards slowly. And that's what I did. And the dogs were closing in on me. And then he started driving back, and then the dogs were still chasing us until we reached the tent, and the soldiers were ready to shoot at these dogs, really. And then gradually, slowly, they ran away. So, oh my God, I was pale like a wall, no blood. So that was, I was really grateful for Staff Sergeant Figueroa.
And of course, you also had two miracles as well, too, which are amazing. And of course, your third miracle, which I'm sure you would love to talk about.
Yes, my third miracle happened in Baghdad. Okay, so anyways, St. Michael took me to for a ride, right, in his Black Hawk, and we ran into turbulence, of course, and I wasn't scared because with St. Michael in the cockpit, what should I be scared of? I said, God sent me St. Michael. I enjoyed it, the ride, and then we landed in Baghdad, and he helped me with my things, and I looked up until he disappeared from my sight. He was really God sent. So the third miracle was now I'm not in Mosul yet. I'm just like probably halfway there. So I look for a place, somebody to help me. And I saw my fellow soldier with the same combat patch, the 101st, the Screaming Eagle combat patch. It was one of our IT guys. His mission was to manifest people to where they're going in combat. So I saw him, I was crying, we hugged, that was his mission also. He was also separated from the 101st.
Wow.
So he added me to the list. I told him I need to go to Mosul ASAP. So he took care of me. He found a Chinook. He added me to the manifest. This Chinook was about to haul an engine tank from Balad. It's just like 20 minutes away from my final destination. And we landed in Balad, but there was no tank engine, never showed up. So it took me, and we landed in Mosul. Oh my God, all my tears, all my heart. I told myself, I'm finally home. I could have just selected to redeploy, to go home, to come home with that combat support hospital, but I decided to rejoin my unit in Mosul. And then my commander and my first sergeant, they were very surprised to see me, and they didn't know that I'll make it, and said, oh my gosh, you're here. I said, yes. It's impossible to get here because we depended on ground convoy at that time. And they said it will take a miracle to get here. And I told my commanding officer, sir, that's exactly what happened. And he stepped back and thought of what I said. We shared the same faith. He was also Catholic.
Interesting.
So I said, oh my God, but we're happy. We're so happy to see you. And, and then, okay. And then my first sergeant showed me to my tent, which was infested with scorpions at that time.
Oh my gosh.
It was really bad.
Woo.
And then he showed me the shower tent where there was no running water.
Oh, so no.
I told him, First Sergeant, this is okay. I'll make it. I'll survive. We will survive. This is nothing as compared to what went through when the war just started. So I said, a good faith. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And of course, took a lot of faith as well, too, that not only got the first Bronze Star while you're in the Bravo company, you also received the second Bronze Star for outstanding performance in human resources. So tell us more about that.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mike, for reminding that. That was the second Bronze Star came from my service with the Combat Aviation Brigade. That's the second deployment. That's part 2. It's wonderful. I am not an aviator. I was not an aviator. I was in human resources supporting the troops and paying them in the field, taking care of them, whoever had emergency leave. And, we helped them. I was actually the one who wrote that emergency leave procedures, the policy for the troops, to guide the troops on what to do. This policy, this rule was not existent when we were there. I wrote it for the Army.
Oh, really?
And that served like 26, almost 30,000 soldiers deployed, including those attached to us. And that helped them. They guided them in case something happened at home. If if the wife just gave birth to the first child or whatever, if something happened with the parents, we help our troops. And we pay them in the field. We were there so that they don't have to worry about it, so they can focus on what they were doing.
Now, is this handbook still in use today after you wrote it?
I'm sure, but since almost everyone is home now, so we have a few soldiers, most likely probably special forces out there. Yeah.
And that's very, very interesting as well, too. And then after the service as well, too, you proceed to hold 3 master's degrees. You also lifetime member of the Federal Asian Pacific American Council as well, too, and currently serving as committee advisor. You also have a lot of accolades, and we'll talk about that in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's The Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with the military veteran and award-winning author Aurea Franklin of Silent Freedom after this timeout. We're back with author Aurea Franklin of Silent Freedom here on The Mike Wagner Show. Just a great story. Tell us about her dedicated military service in Iraq and also winning a couple of Bronze Stars and detailing a lot of the things that happen in her book, Silent Freedom. And let's talk about some of the things you've done after you got out of the war, that you also hold 3 master's degrees. You also continue to support the various veterans programs. You're also a lifetime member of the Federal Asian Pacific American Council. And, tell us more about this.
Oh, yes, Mike, that qualified me to become a lifetime member of the Veterans of Foreign Wars.
That too, yes. Okay. I was going by the website. They're saying too, might get somebody to put in there, and don't forget St. Michael too for helping out.
Yes, definitely. Yes. Being assigned with a Combat Aviation Brigade, it is a very prestigious Combat Aviation Brigade in the world. Okay. I was so honored to serve with them. And I wasn't an aviator. I was a human resources and finance, and we also we were collocated with logistics people. And but they treated me so, they treated us well. There's warriors, these aviators. Oh, they're my heroes. I love them, Mike. I love them. We also ran the the CFC, Combined Federal Campaign, which was the only authorized charitable organization
Hmm.
in the federal service. And oh my gosh, most of these aviators donated all their bonuses to
Wow.
CFC. What a hero. What kind of heroes are these? They're heroes. I love them. I love them. And yeah, we had several casualties because that's the only way they transported people at that time now from one place to another after the ground assault convoy. So they flow them over, they flow them to places and whatever. And then they had some several casualties, like never fly when there's thunderstorm or something, right? And all these RPGs flying all over the surface, the first surface missiles hitting all the helicopters, and the
Hmm.
helicopters, hitting the other helicopter. And we had several accidents.
Wow.
And, and we had, and you know what, Mike? I vividly remember there were a couple of soldiers, of all people, they were there taking a break. And and then this who's like we had these missiles and the RPGs landed them, killing these two soldiers. They are military intelligence. They were just there taking a break, talking about destiny. There were several soldiers there. It was sad. And also, we had a soldier we call it headquarters main in the front. Okay. And he was doing his job as a guard, going back and forth. And then there was an RPG and it landed right where he was. And he was the only casualty. Just him.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Started.
My. Yeah, yeah. It just makes you think about the casualties of war and everything else in the book Silent Freedom. And since you deal with it, a lot of the aviators, any plans on flying by any chance?
Oh. Of course. Sure. Since I love them and I love St. Michael, what an inspiration. Yes, I would love to.
Mm-hmm. And that's so amazing as well too. Where can we find the book Silent Freedom at?
Mike, thanks for asking. Silent Freedom can be found on Amazon, Noble, Barnes and Nobles, and Literary Titan. And it's also lulu.com. What am I talking about? Lulu.com printed my books. All right, so lulu.com, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. You can find it anywhere because it's on global distribution, all platforms. Just type, if you could type Aurea, that is spelled as Aurea, Franklin, like in Benjamin Franklin,
Mm-hmm.
and the words Silent Freedom, and it will take you to me. That is the shortest way to
Okay.
me.
And also, what's your website as well?
Yes, sir. My website is silentfreedom101st.com. 101st is spelled as
It's a
one,
101st.com.
yeah, 101st.com.
Yeah.
And I also have a Facebook.
All right, sounds good. We're certainly looking forward to that. We're here with Aurea Franklin of Silent Freedom here on the Mike Widener Show. Military veteran, served in Iraq, also got 2 bronze medals. Just a few more minutes here. You've been fantastic, Aurea. We'd love to have you back on. And what else can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond?
Okay, guys, 2022, let's keep our faith. Let's hold on to our faith and hope, and we will have a better future.
And definitely will. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
My son, he's grown now and I love him. I'm making up all the years that I missed being with him when I was at war. And actually, I gave him my 2 Bronze Star medals. He's,
Oh, nice.
I owe him all these. I owe it to him because he was there. And I was told that when I was in Iraq, just briefly, I was told that when I was in Iraq, every morning he was in front of the TV before he went to school. He was in grade school then. And he was hoping to just catch a glimpse of me, of his mother.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that touching?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so amazing. I mean, if I was 7 years old, I would have done the same thing, and that would have been great too. And any plans for him going into the military in the future?
I think he has seen enough between me and his dad, my former husband. And, he was a warrant officer and he was deployed during the Persian Gulf War.
Mm.
And also he keeps deploying because he was with the Corps of Engineers. And he has lots of medals too. And I was also a soldier, and he has seen enough. I believe some children end up joining the service, but some of them just have nothing to do with it. And although my son has nothing to do with it, I'm still very proud of him.
Hmm. And that's very understandable too. Each kid's different, and we're great. Your son turned out excellent. And
Yes.
what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
My best advice
Yes.
again is hold on to your faith. It's not really bad, especially during this pandemic. We know is a new normal probably, but just keep praying. I believe there's a reason for everything, but we just learn how to forgive each other, and let's keep the faith, and that this will go away. And please check into my book, Silent Freedom. There's a lot of Bible passages there. It's very inspiring, and I hope it will inspire you. I have more books coming.
Amen to that. We're looking forward to it. And you're talking about more books. What more of the books can we expect from you?
Yes, I'm kind of like sequel to the Silent Freedom, but I made it fiction, but there's a lot of truth into it, and you would love it. I promise you, Mike. I will deliver something very interesting, very inspiring, and very entertaining.
And when can we expect the sequel to come out?
Early spring, God willing.
Yes, definitely. We will be praying for that, and I'm certainly looking forward to it. Once
Yes.
again, our author, Aurea Franklin of Silent Freedom, here at the Mike Widener Show. Aurea, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch. We'd love to have you back. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people purchase or check out your book?
Yes, please visit Silent Freedom 101st or 101st.com. I'm also on the Facebook, and just please, Aurea Franklin Silent Freedom. It will take you directly to me.
We certainly will do so. Once again, Aurea, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely terrific. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'd love to have you back. It's been great to have you on. Looking forward to having you soon. And make sure you keep in touch. You've got a great future ahead of you, and we wish you all the best.
It's a great honor to be here, Mike. Thank you.